Hello fellow mutants, welcome back to another video. In this video we're going to talk about The Karate Kid Part 2, because I kind of realized that it's been a while since I did a movie review on this channel, and I've already reviewed the first Karate Kid and that horrible remake that Jaden Smith and Jackie Chan was in. Like, somewhere in that first one, The Karate Kid, there was a good movie. Somewhere in that movie, there was a good movie. But that movie wasn't. Unlike that movie, Karate Kid Part 2 was a pretty good movie. So we essentially start out as the first Karate Kid ends. We get a little bit of a recap of what happened last time. And to refresh our memories. And that's what I like. Between the Daniel LaRusso trilogy, you get practically what happened last time. To kind of like refresh our memories. I dig that. In this movie and the next movie. So in this movie, present time, it's like right after the events of Karate Kid, we pick up Daniel and Miyagi are exiting the All Valley tournament. John Kreese is out. He passes our heroes, goes to Lawrence and his Cobra Kai's, scolding Lawrence for getting second, nearly choking him to death. He probably would have if Miyagi didn't step in and kick his ass, essentially. And after that incident, we jump 6 months ahead in the timeline, where the girl Allie, Daniel's love interest in the first movie, they broke up. Daniel was frustrated. He's also frustrated that he has his mom got this job opportunity. And he's not exactly frustrated about that per se. He's just frustrated how he has to spend time with her for 2 months outside of the valley. So, essentially, Mr. Miyagi says, "Yeah, I talked to your mother. You can stay here if you want." Cool. And then this mail delivery person gave Miyagi a piece of mail which says, "Oh yeah, your father's sick. It's time for your ass to go back to Okinawa." And so, essentially, both Daniel and Miyagi goes back to Okinawa, which Okinawa is where Miyagi grew up in. And we reveal that Miyagi left Okinawa because of this love triangle thing. Him and his childhood best friend Sato essentially fell in love with the same girl, essentially. But in Okinawa, they have this arranged marriage thing, which of course means that the parents arranged the marriage for their children to get married with each other. And Miyagi wanted to defy that, and he announced that to the world. But then, practically the next day, from what I gathered, he left Okinawa and fled. And it turns out that the girl that Miyagi was crushing on never got married to Sato. She stayed single. And Sato hates Miyagi because he feels like Miyagi has dishonored him. And keep in mind that Miyagi and Sato are the same age, so when the whole love triangle thing started and the feud started, they were 18. And who knows how old the girl was. She could have been 17 or whatever. Or 18. I don't know. And so, we see Miyagi, essentially, looking over his father as he sleeps. We see this, little tension between Miyagi and his love interest. And this is also essentially where we get Chosen in. Get introduced to Chosen. And the reason why I'm kind of bringing that up, because now he's I'm a fan favorite in the Cobra Kai show, and I really love. Speaking of Sato, not Sato, Chosen, I really dig the character arc that he had in both Cobra Kai and Karate Kid in this movie. It was really cool. I'm like rooting for him in season 6. I won't spoil it here. I also have Chosen is in Cobra Kai. Um, so essentially, Sato wants a rematch from Miyagi, and Miyagi is saying, "Yeah, I'm not gonna do it." And of course, like while on this trip, Miyagi takes his time to like let show Daniel around, train him a little bit. Daniel falls in love with this one girl who's also in Cobra Kai, the show, and he catches feelings for her, and how close he was got to her. And my favorite part for Daniel has to be when like this moment where like in his rivalry with Chosen, just said, I'm going like you think you're so bad, you're sensation's a coward. Break these block of ice. You got no chances, no outs. Let's go, man. You think you're man enough? Block this ice and like destroy this piece of ice. 6 sheets. Come on, come on, come on. And Daniel said, "No, I don't want to do this. Like, come on, please don't make me do this." And Miyagi comes in and places bet on like in Daniel's favor that he can break the 6 pieces of ice. Daniel freaks out, but then as he centers himself, this is the hand movement he does to center himself as he takes a deep breath. Daniel is able to break the block of ice, and Sato and Chosen are like, fuck this shit. And essentially, like after creating enough hell in Miyagi's life, or visit at their homestay of Okinawa, and this is after Mr. Miyagi's dad dies. Mr. Miyagi agrees to fight Sato, but then there's this storm that brews, and essentially after like saving Sato, Mr. Miyagi gains Sato's respect again, and the feud is over with. But Chosen is like, "Nah, I can't do this. You're like." Sato says, "You're dead to me, nephew," and Sato just storms out in the storm. Who's no pun intended. And Daniel rescues this little girl in the storm, which towards the end Sato helps Daniel. And the next scene we see like Sato apologizing to Daniel, and we see like there's this dance, this like celebration tradition type deal. And by this time, Daniel's love interest for this movie is confirmed that she wants to be a dancer, professionally. And so I kind of say that because kind of also like it's important later down the timeline in the as people are saying the Miyagi first, more so in the Cobra Kai show. Anyways. I love how I like am trying to like stay on target with this movie and I keep on bringing in the Cobra Kai show. So essentially, we get this like the whole like ritual, like dancing ritual thing where the Okinawans start to dance, and then Daniel's love interest was I'm referring to her as his love interest because I can never pronounce her name wrong. Right, and I don't want to pronounce her name wrong because I feel like that character deserves more respect. So that's why I refer to her as Daniel's love interest for this movie. It's not Allie. And it's not Daniel's wife in Cobra Kai. It's I keep like I don't want to like disrespect the character and lore and culture by mispronouncing the name. So yeah, there's that. But which I looked at the cast list, and so I'm going to attempt to say the name Kumiko, which I guess that wasn't too hard to do pronounce. I was just being lazy. So Kumiko, she dances. She does this dancing routine from other people. Joseph comes in, challenges Daniel to a life or death fight. Daniel accepts. Daniel wins, but doesn't kill Joseph. And that's where the movie ends. Literally, when everybody's cheering for Daniel being chosen, it literally says the end. So then we have to wait for the Karate Kid Part 3, which is another movie I am planning to review on this channel. But Karate Kid Part 2 was a really good movie. I think it continued the first Karate Kid really well. Of course the acting is good. I just really enjoyed this movie. I really didn't have much. I don't really have anything negative to say about this movie. And maybe because I live when was this movie made? 1986. So that was essentially 34-ish years ago. But by the time this video is being made, no wait, 1986. Yeah. Yeah, I think I was close, right? Anyways. And maybe it's just like I said, me and being born essentially 10 years later. And growing up, we're in the current Marvel movies and comic book movies in general, where and even watching Cobra Kai, where the moves seems to be a bit more flashier. The final fight, I was they had a bit more flash to them. But like I said, that I can acknowledge that might be me living in the current era where I'm so accustomed to flashier moves. So that could be a generation thing, but doing my best to remove that part of me aside, I think the final fight was also good. It was convincing and good. This movie was good. The acting is good. I think if you guys action movies with really good stories, then watching the Karate Kid trilogy and the next Karate Kid is on the top of my recommendation list. Anyways, what do you beautiful people have to say? Let me know in the comment section down below. Love you guys. Have a wonderful day. Be kind to one another. I will talk to you fellow mutants later.